Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's the N64 Punk with yet another video, and in this one, I challenge you! I challenge you to a duel! Now, in this episode, I found a pretty cool console that I've been, that once I figured out existed, I just had to have it. This system I never saw in stores, or at least this version of the system, I never saw in stores. So I don't know how rare this console will be in the next few years or so. Not really sure how many were made. None of that, I don't know. But as soon as I saw it, I just had to get it. And that is the Super Mario Edition with the red Switch OLED. Red is like one of my favorite colors when it comes to consoles. I do wish it would make green consoles too. That would be pretty sick. But I do love red. I think blue consoles, gold obviously. But yeah, I just had to pick this guy up. And also a note to anyone or eBay sellers: stop shipping this stuff in those like bubble wrap sleeves. Ship this bubble wrapped with the brown paper wrapped around it in a box, so this doesn't happen. Because yeah, that's how this thing was shipped. No protective packaging, just one of those small thin bubble wrap style envelopes. Well, whatever. So let's get this puppy open. Which, you know, she's got the red dock. Pretty sick. Pretty excited about that. Actually, ironically, I don't have an OLED dock. I mean, I do now, but I didn't before. I had an OLED Switch, but I bought it just the system used off eBay. So first we have here everyone's favorite, the Joy-Cons, which are a different color than the red ones I got from my original Super Mario Odyssey. It's like a lighter. Where am I? Yeah, it's a much lighter. It's a new Joy-Con. Here was the old one. See how much lighter that is? Huh. I honestly think I prefer the look of this one. I like that deeper red. That looks a lot nicer. Well, But yep, there's our Joy-Cons. Set those to the side. Here is the Switch. Ooh, that looks pretty sweet with that red and the white Switch logo. Oh no, that's beautiful. Now I would say the only thing I do not like about the OLED models is why did Nintendo not change the color around the bezel? I don't understand. They did it with the Switch lights. I don't know why they didn't do it with the OLEDs, because this thing would look sick with the red bezel, like all red. It would look amazing. Now, the special edition for the original OG Switch does have a red border around it, and it looks really nice and uniform. That's one thing I kind of wish Nintendo did with this one. But other than that, this looks pretty amazing. I love the color. And of course, got the back. The Switch OLED, man, was just such a nice revision. I mean, especially just the kickstand alone. I mean, heck, I think the kickstand is probably nicer than even maybe the Switch 2's, because it's just kind of like a bar thing. I don't know, I kind of like just the solid slab or solid piece of metal they used for the OLED. But let's get these Joy-Cons on. I don't know if this thing has any juice to it. And that definitely looks really nice. Feels like a Switch. See if she has any power. She does! Power's up! There's the boot screen. So I'll set that to the side while I unbox the rest of this. We just got cardboard. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, just your, basic Switch power supply. And it's pretty much the same unboxing as a regular, Switch. Now, this was like open box, so I hope this thing wasn't actually used. Oh, yeah, it might have been actually. There's a scuff on this, unfortunately. But yeah, there's the Joy-Con grip. Bit of a scuff there. Don't like that. And of course, your Joy-Con. Ooh, which reminds me, since I made that last video with the Nova pads, and now that I have some of these again, let me grab my OG Switch, and, oh, it's right here actually, from the last video, and see how these fit on, just out of curiosity, because I was kind of curious if these work with the Nova. Let's see, make sure I put these on right. And they do! I mean, it's definitely kind of awkward, like funky feeling, but it does work. Alright, let's see, how do you eject these again? I never used these so much. Come off. Nintendo, why did y'all make these so hard to remove? Well, shoot. Come off, darn it. There. I've never been a big fan of these, but they do work. Ooh, I wonder what these look like. Oh, well, never mind, the front's not red. Alright, so here's the, here's the HDMI cable. Nothing exciting. Just your Nintendo branded HDMI cable. And, a pamphlet or something. I don't know. It's in Japanese, so I'm not sure. Were these only sold in Japan, or were these, like, sold in the US? I'm not sure, because I've never seen this model in stores, like, ever. So I don't know how rare this console will be in a few years. Not sure. But that's everything in the box. Then here is the Switch 2 dock, which is definitely a huge improvement over the OG Switch dock. I mean, why Nintendo didn't put a fan in this from the beginning is beyond me. Like, I don't know. I mean, this one doesn't, this one doesn't have a fan. It just has additional air pass through. But why, Nintendo, did you not put a fan in this? I mean, come on. But yeah, this is pretty sweet. So you got Mario on the back. Super cool. And then you got coins. I think it would have been cool if this was all painted blue and with bricks. Would have been really cool too. With maybe some warp pipes, just to add that little extra something. Oh man, this is scratched up. What the heck, man? Freaking eBay. Yep, this is scuffed on the front too. Wonderful. Nothing on this, just Nintendo embossed. I don't know why they didn't put Mario here. Like, they should have had him, like, maybe on the back of the console, or, I don't know, maybe like a little version of him on the Joy-Cons or something. Like they did with the Animal Crossing Switch Lights. They had like the little Animal Crossing logo on the, I think it was the right side of the Switch Lights. But other than that, ooh, this red, man. It looks so cool. I think it would have looked even cooler if, like I said, this bezel was red And if these buttons were white, that would have looked so cool, especially if they had like an actual like Mario somewhere on here. Like, I really do like this just basic 2D Mario. I think that looks, yeah, just I think that looks pretty good. So I think if they put that on here somewhere, that'd have been pretty cool. But yeah, give you a closer look at everything. So technically the system doesn't seem to have any scuffs on it, but the dock does, unfortunately, which, I don't know, maybe a abrasive sponge or something might maybe be able to get that off. Anyone in the comments, if you know if it would, please let me know, because I do not want to damage this any further. Now, for anyone who, by any chance, is in the market for the OLED Switch, even with the Switch 2 out, because if you're someone like me who's holding off on the Switch 2, mostly because Nintendo's kind of pissed you off a bit, the OLED is a great console, and the Switch has such a monster library that I don't think we're really at a point where it's like really worth rushing to the Switch 2, unless you just diehard have to play Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza, which Bonanza does are pretty good. But for those that don't know, the Nintendo raised the price of the OLED Switch to $400, which is nuts. Ironically, though, I've been finding special editions on eBay under, if not just a few dollars more than the actual retail price of what Nintendo's charging for this. I want to say I paid maybe $360 to $380 for this one, so about $20 less than what Nintendo marked this up by, and it's a more rare special edition, system that's not common to come by in the wild that I'm aware of, at least. And there's a few other OLED models I've picked up that were like a few dollars more than $400 or slightly less. So basically, if you're looking for a cool special edition Switch OLED, I recommend looking on eBay and seeing if you can find a good deal that's even better than what Nintendo's charging now. Because, come on, Nintendo, stop raising the prices on ancient hardware. I mean, I love the Switch, but come on. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this video. Just wanted to show the new add-on to my collection. Thankfully the IR blaster's not damaged either. So the system's all great. It's just the dock and the grip. Like I said, if anyone has an idea of how I could fix that, please let me know. But if you liked or hate the video, whatever, leave your comments below. I hope to see y'all in the next video. I am the N64 Punk, signing off. God bless.